media environment that's awash with different information from conflicting sources? How do you go about building trust?
We're preaching to the converted. The challenge is, how do we reach the people out there who don't read the Wall Street Journal, who don't read the New York Times, who don't listen to the BBC or whatever? How do we persuade them? I think there's a very specific challenge for the legacy brands like the New York Times and like the Wall Street Journal. I mean, interestingly, when there's a big news event, a big world event, people still come to the legacy brands. We still have a lot of trust. But I think you only have to go back. I think we have to maintain that trust, and we have to work at maintaining it in a way that we didn't have to do not so long ago. So if you go back really not that long ago, as I say, we owned the news. We were the gatekeepers, and we very much owned the facts as well. If it said it in the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, then that was a fact. Nowadays, people can go to all sorts of different sources for the news, and they're much more questioning about what we're saying. So it's no longer good enough for us just to say, this is what happened, or this is the news. We have to explain, almost like explain our working. So readers expect to understand how we source stories. They want to know how we go about getting stories. We have to sort of lift the bonnet, as it were, and in a way that newspapers aren't used to doing, and explain to people what we're doing. We need to be much more transparent about how we go about collecting the news in order to keep that trust, because the trust is our most valuable asset. And the minute we let go of that, then our business models, frankly, will fall apart.
Misinformation, disinformation is going right up the political agenda. Can you talk a bit about how the EU thinks about that and what kind of measures you're taking?
Yeah, thank you. Last resort solution, law enforcement reaction.